The West End Plaza has seen its share of better days, but despite everything, it's still open to this day. Join me as we return to the West End Plaza and take a look at how it's doing. Wouldn't you like to have this in your mall? Anyway, while we're looking around in the Bell Court, we're going to take a peek into a few storefronts here in a moment. The example, that Hibbett Sports over there is now being used as storage. I am genuinely surprised to see this mall is still open, because usually, when malls are even half as empty as this, the developers already have plans for the mall, be it demolition, renovation, or rezoning. Meanwhile, here we are in Salisbury, and there's only 4 or 5 places of business left out of the entire mall. I can't imagine that keeping this mall open is a very practical idea at this point in time. Here we're looking at what might have been a rave store, if you know what those were, and now it's just a memorial. I don't know what this store might have been though. If anyone used to go to this mall, why not tell me in the comments? Now moving on towards the center court and JCPenney, you can see the fountain, which is still going. And that's another thing I kind of want to say about this mall. For being renovated in the 2000s, this mall actually looks very nice. I mean, how often do you hear of malls not only keeping fountains, but adding in new fountains during a renovation? If this were renovated by anyone else, I guarantee you that the fountains would be gone and scrapped. And it's just a shame that no one's here to really appreciate it anymore. Actually, I'm kind of lying about that last bit. There are still a couple mall walkers who come to this mall, as well as a few devoted and loyal customers that go to the few businesses left. Here's one storefront that in particular caught my eye. Anybody know what it might have been? I don't know how they do it, but Bath & Body Works, they keep on trucking. I'll get to Badcock more in just a moment, but for now we're going to take a look at a couple of these empty storefronts. This, I don't know, I want to say it might have been a Radio Shack, but I'm not sure. But down here was this pretty cool tile work, which might have been original actually, before the renovation. Then here's the former Hallmark, which is now been converted into a sort of giant display case. Alright, I'm an adult, but it says cock in the name. How can you take that seriously? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's a nice store, but with a name like Badcock and More, you're just asking for internet memes right there. While we're looking at these murals on the way back to Belk, you're probably asking yourself, what exactly caused this mall to fail? And after looking around, I think I have an answer for that. This mall was built on the west side of Salisbury, which the only major routes are like US 17 and 301, or I don't know which US 1 it is, but nonetheless, it's nowhere near a major interstate. 85 runs along the east side of Salisbury, and building this mall on the west side is probably what doomed this mall from the start. And it's a shame that this mall is doing pretty badly at this point, because it still looks like a very nice mall. You know, I've said that a few times, but again, just look, the floors are shiny, it's clean. The planters do have some green in them, even if the green is fake. It's just, there's no one here to appreciate it anymore. As for what the current owners intend to do with this mall, it's been changing a lot recently, actually. First, they had plans that they were going to turn the mall into offices. Now there's a plan to completely reconfigure the Belk space and subdivide it for tenants. I don't know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, something has to be done with this mall, you know. It can't just sit here forever and remain open forever, especially as more and more businesses begin to leave. You know, it's just a matter of time before Bath & Body Works gets to the end of their lease, and even they'll decide probably not to extend the lease unless business is doing good enough. I mean, only time will tell, really. Back here at the Belk Court, we are nearing the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, I need to apologize about the lack of content lately. I've been, I don't know, I just needed a break from it all, and thus got distracted by a mixture of StarCraft 2 and Okami HD. But nonetheless, I am going to try and get myself out of the house and to some more malls later on, particularly around the new year. So do stick around for that. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, why not subscribe, share the video, all that jazz. But until then, I'll see you guys at the next mall, and I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate around this time of year.